Don't Follow has written in as well. He said, the lying that goes on with these two is why they don't understand that Kimmel telling a lie is what got him suspended. It wasn't about free speech. Amazing these two are more upset about Kimmel than an assassination attempt on a major public figure. Well, listen, nobody
Number
made
num,
light.
num, number
Nobody.
one, number one, it wasn't an attempt.
No, it was done.
Yeah. And number two, Kimmel didn't lie. Kimmel said that they, as soon as they could, they tried to make this guy a left wing nut job,
Right.
the shooter.
Of course.
What have you heard since then
To
on the
disprove
well
or
this
anything about him, actually.
anything?
Yeah.
The picture, the mugshot doesn't match another picture of him. The gun is not a gun that you can break down. It's a stock and a barrel gun. It's not like there's so many, and then we have a 30-06 round that enters someone's neck that doesn't go through. Um, there's so much, and they've already started uh, reconstruction of the plaza where the assassination took place. They put grass, they put padding, they put cement. They basically are changing the crime scene, and we don't even like.
Well, there's a monument I think is going to be going up or something, right? Some kind of
Okay,
tribute area.
that's a good cover up. Just like they're going to work on the fucking elevators in both the
Right.
towers.
But Don't Follow. It's noted that I'm guessing who you voted for, and it's good to know that you're offended by people who lie on camera.
Yeah, because my God.
Yeah, you didn't look like an idiot sending that in.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Also, it should be pointed out, Trump called publicly for Kimmel's firing long before the Kirk assassination. So
Yes.
this is not tied. This was not in any way tied to lying or
No.
anything he said
No.
about the unfortunate murder of someone who was peacefully debating. That was his platform, was debate. You can agree or disagree with his points of view, but violence was never part of it. So
No, political violence is bullshit.
yeah, but this Kimmel shit, this was back with what's his face, Colbert,
Correct.
and
Yeah.
yeah. So this has nothing to do with Kirk. No, you're not that stupid. I know you're not that stupid. Your vote may have gone the wrong way. Don't Follow, but I know you're not an idiot. I can tell by your grammar. You wrote that very well.
He
But
just, you know what? He knew you'd pick that out though. So
he got the rub. He got the rub.
yeah.
But let me help him and anybody else maybe who, and we won't editorialize. I'm just going to read a list. This is Lawrence Britt's 14 Characteristics of Fascism, and has nothing to do with this administration. This was a study that was done in the past, studying and breaking down the fascist regimes of Hitler, Mussolini in Italy, Franco in Spain, Suharto in Indonesia, and Pinochet in Chile. They have 14 common characteristics. None of this will be familiar to anybody today, but I'll just give the headlines. I'm not going to break down. You can just Google this, Lawrence Britt, Britt, not to be confused with our 11 soft member Britt. Number one, here are the 14 characteristics of fascism. Number one, powerful and continuing nationalism, over the top patriotic slogans, etc. 2, disdain for the recognition of human rights. 3, identification of enemies and scapegoats as a unifying cause in your party. 4, supremacy of the military. 5, rampant sexism. 6, controlled mass media. Don't know why I'm mentioning that this week. 7, obsession with national security. 8, religion and government are intertwined. 9, protection of corporate power. 10, suppression of labor power. 11, disdain for intellectuals and the arts. 12, obsession with crime and punishment. 13, rampant cronyism and corruption. 14, fraudulent elections. Find me 3,000 votes.
I not to go off of point here, but on the way back from my procedure in my tennis shoes the other day, there were a couple of homeless people kind of causing a little bit of a traffic jam, and I just looked over at my wife and I said, I get it now. If we were able just to euthanize them,
They
we
wouldn't be
would
in the road.
exactly. Then all of that makes sense.
Kev, how about a couple of Dear Sexy letters? People love to hear your advice to the lovelorn, the family
You know,
strife.
I'll be more than happy to do that.
Oh,
But
thank you.
I saw, I saw on one of the messages that somebody sent in, and they said that since I despise the Mount Rushmore so much, that you should come up like with like Kevin, give me the Mount Rushmore of bands, or give me the Mount Rushmore. Like I should have to do like Mount Rushmores
I don't want to
because
do anything that you don't like to do.
yeah, but
So that would be a terrible idea
but
for
it
me
might
to try to get you up for that.
I thought about it. I thought like that could be because you know that like when somebody says the Mount Rushmore, it's usually there's the reason it sucks so bad is
It's
because there's so many choices, you know. Like I right now, like when I think of the Mount Rushmore, like the actual Mount Rushmore, and I think that how fucking just backwards it was of that architect not to leave room for Trump,
right. Well, if it
you
was done
know?
today, it clearly would have been
Yeah,
there.
it's just it's one of those things where it's just like
I'm surprised it hasn't been torn down yet because of that, or people are like not allowed to go. All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Ready? The Mount Rushmore
okay,
of presidents.
Mount Rushmore in my life,
Kevin Nash's Mount Rushmore of Mount Rushmores. Go ahead.
George Washington,
Got to do it, right?
Kennedy, Barack Obama,
Got to have Obama.
and Reagan.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you why Kennedy.
Because I thought that well, without Kennedy, Kennedy was the first. Kennedy wanted to get us out of Vietnam, wanted to dismember uh, CIA. He was basically started the civil rights bill that got passed by Johnson, women voting bill, like everything that Johnson got credit for, Kennedy started. I think that and he was banging Maryland.
Yeah, that's. I mean that
That
alone, right?
that's huge.
Obama. You know, people listen to us overseas, and the I don't think the effect and the success of Barack Obama's 8 years has been accurately celebrated yet. I mean, maybe in time the history books will continue to laud it, but people have to remember that time we were coming out of 9/11. We're in two wars. The auto industry was
Well,
in
we
collapse,
came in
and
the economic collapse.
the economic collapse. We lost the housing market. We lost the auto market. We lost the stock market, and the housing market. So everything, anything that props up that's a tent pole for this country was decimated, and that's what he inherited. And in the first 4 years, he had turned the ship. And this country, I mean, this doesn't turn like a speedboat. This is a big fucking ocean liner to turn. And in 4 years, it was headed in the other direction. So you may agree with policies and liberal this, that, whatever. He took a totally collapsed country and took every market and put it back on track. Gave the bailouts that were paid back. Kept the American auto industry operating here. What was here stayed. I mean, it's just I don't want to go on and make a commercial
And
for the
then
party,
I
but
saw a thing the other day, and I don't know. He was speaking over in Europe, and I think he was because he got a Nobel Peace Prize,
mm-hmm.
and he named the people that I think he named King. Um, I think it was the Queen, and there was one other person that he named. Oh, Mandela.
Mm-hmm.
He said, he said, why, he just, but the degree of articulation and his timing and his charisma, and it was just, man, just, you know, he could have been the first black Bond so fucking easily. He was just such a cool motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
And he, here we have our first black president, and he goes absolutely scandalous. There's not a scandal, not anything.
Scandal-less, not scandalous.
Less,
Scandal-less,
less.
absolutely. Yeah.
No scandals during his 8 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
by today's standards, that would make him a boring president. He wasn't grabbing anybody by the pussy. I mean, goddamn. Someone with such decency.
it's just, it made you proud, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an office. It was the one office on the planet that required the decorum and decency to be an example for the rest of the world. When that happened, we'll get back. I do believe we'll.
Yeah,
get
when
back
like the
there,
G8 stood there and he was up there, it was just like, fuck yeah,
mm-hmm.
that's our boy.
Yeah. Dear Sexy. So, a couple of letters, Kev. You do anything you want. It's your fucking show.
Did you hear about? So the president and Melania were going up the escalator at the UN building, and the escalator stopped.
No, I saw that.
And they had to walk up, and then the teleprompter when he got up there to speak didn't work. So, and he said he was going to look into it. Well, they looked into it, and the person from the White House that was filming the escalator, Melania and the president going up the escalator, touched his hand on this thing that goes between the two escalators that makes the fucking
It's an
escalator
emergency
stop.
trigger.
Yeah. So that the idiot with the camera did that, and the teleprompter was being run by somebody from the White House. So in other words, I guess there's 2 new job openings.
Yes, put your applications in if you're good with teleprompters.
And you can,
and you're a videographer who doesn't.
You can
fuck
walk
things
backwards
up.
and not drag your hands like a fucking orangutan. So,
all right, Dear Sexy. 2 actual letters, by the way, sent to Dear Abby, if answered by Kevin Nash. I was shopping recently and encountered a mother who had her 2 young children in her cart. One of them was making a loud noise. The mother slapped her hard across the face, yelling, "You're